I hope y'all enjoyed last week's Bible story, and I'm pretty sure my little friends shared with others. This week, I would like to talk about a topic called obedience. Hmm, what is obedience? Obedience is obeying. Obeying your parents, elders, friends, and relatives. I would like to share about a Bible story under the topic of obedience. Hope you all enjoy. In the time of the prophet Eli, there lived a woman in the name of Hannah. She desperately wanted a baby. She had been married for many years, but still had no children. Are you obedient? Based on 1 Samuel. One day, when Hannah visited the church, she prayed for God to bless her with a child. She told God, Lord, please hear my prayer. If you give me a son, I will give him back to you. I will bring him back to this church, and he will spend his days in your service. Please, Lord, please. Hannah prayed very hard. Her mouth was moving very fast with the words of her prayer. Eli, the prophet, came near Hannah. He thought she was drunk and got very mad at her. Then Hannah replied to him with tears. I'm not drunk. I'm praying for a son. I desperately want one. Eli felt very sorry for Hannah, as well as he was ashamed of himself for talking to Hannah like that. Then Eli responded, Go in peace, for the Lord of Israel will give you a son. Then Hannah was overjoyed. She thanked Eli and returned home. After some days, a surprising thing happened. As Eli said, and God promised, Hannah gave birth to a baby boy, and his name was Samuel. But Hannah did not forget the promise she made at the church that day. The day came when Samuel was old enough and ready to start work at the church. Sir, your promise was fulfilled. His name is Samuel. I raised him and trained him in the way of the Lord. He will serve you well. Eli was surprised. Serve me? Hannah replied, yes, he is to live here and serve God all the days of his life. But that is the promise I made if God give me a son. Samuel took a step forward and said, it would be an honor to serve you. But Hannah was sad she had to leave Samuel. She said to Samuel, I will come to see you every year at this time. Eli was old, so Samuel helped and did everything which Eli told him to do. Samuel lived, ate, and worked at the church. One night, when Samuel was sleeping, he heard a voice. It said, Samuel. It was God's voice, but Samuel did not know that. He thought that Eli was calling him. He ran to Eli's room and said, here, I am here, sir. You called me? What? I didn't call you. No. Go back to bed, son, said Eli in a sleepy voice. Now Samuel was sleeping, and he heard the voice again. Samuel. Sir, you called me, sir? He said. Oh, why would I call you this late night? Asked Eli. Please, Samuel, I'm tired. Go back to bed. Samuel. He heard the voice again. Eli, sir, I'm sure you called me. I heard it so clearly, said Samuel. You're too young to be hearing the Lord. Enough, Samuel. Now listen carefully. I want you to go back to bed. And if you hear the voice again, say, Speak, Lord, your servant hears you, said Eli in a careful voice. Samuel, the voice came again. Samuel said, Speak, Lord, your servant hears you. Then suddenly the Lord spoke to Samuel.
Shall we sing with this song? Come on.
Oh, precious child, I prayed you hear. Your mother called for you from afar. Oh, from my lips to serve the Lord. Go in gladness, remembering these words. Oh, dearest child, I prayed you hear. Your mother called for you from afar. Oh, from my lips to heaven's ear, my earnest prayer was heard.
Okay, so I hope you learned a lesson from today's Bible story. In today's story, there was a little boy, right? What was his name? Yes, Samuel. How many times did Samuel heard his name being called? Exactly, 3 times. So when you're sleeping, if you hear someone calling you, what would you do? Sometimes when we hear someone speaking to us, don't we say as if we didn't hear that person? But what did little Samuel do? He put away his tiredness and went to Eli and asked him if he called Samuel. But at the first time, Eli said no. Then he came and slept. Again he heard his name being called. So he went back to Eli and asked him if he called Samuel. But Eli replied with a no. For the 3rd time he went to Eli, hearing his name being called. But he could have ignored when he heard his name being called for the 3rd time, because already 2 times Eli said that he did not call him. But Samuel did not do that. He went to Eli for the 3rd time and asked him whether he called Samuel, even though he knew the answer is going to be no. Sometimes when we do something bad, elders tell us not to do so. So don't we ignore their advice? Well, it's very bad. Now we're in a new year. So let's leave all the bad habits and be good children. Let's not treat anyone like that. Be like Samuel, my friends. Now it's time for me to go. But I'm going to come back next week. Till then, bye. God bless you.